NeighborWorks America affiliate, LCD is a premier change agent in the field of foreclosure prevention. LCD is also a recipient of AmeriCorps through the Michigan Foreclosure Prevention Corps, a program of CEDAM and the Michigan Foreclosure Task Force and the Michigan Coalition Against Homelessness. Their staff and AmeriCorps members consistently exceed expectations to ensure that the clients receive quality service. It goes without saying that AmeriCorps volunteers are an incredible asset to Michigan and to the community development industry. According to a national study commissioned by the Corporation for National and Community Service, 60% of AmeriCorps alumni stay in nonprofit or government work following their service. They are also more likely to remain in the areas in which they served. This is critical in a time where talent drain is a real threat to Michigan and where jobs are becoming more difficult to obtain. It is vitally important that the AmeriCorps program remain funded. Lighthouse, through a particularly creative marketing and outreach strategy, reached 20,000 homeowners in the city of Pontiac to inform them about foreclosure prevention services available to assist them. They were able to do this by printing information in local utility bills. This low to no cost method is but one reason why they are being recognized. It was the AmeriCorps member serving at Lighthouse that came up with this innovative strategy to help foreclosed homeowners in Pontiac. Thanks to LCD's ongoing efforts to revitalize and rejuvenate communities throughout Oakland County, low to moderate income families are able to establish good credit and fulfill their dreams of home ownership. The assets they build and sustain ultimately lead them on a path to financial security. For their innovative work in foreclosure prevention, CEDAM is pleased to honor Lighthouse Community Development as CEDAM's 2011 Innovator of the Year. And representing Lighthouse Community Development today with us, we have Judith Robinson, Greg Stern, and Sheila Howard. You want to say a few words?
I just want to say thank you so much for this award and how honored I am as the Executive Director of Lighthouse Community Development. But I'd also like to give credit where credit is due, and that is to our wonderful AmeriCorps member that has worked so hard and, as Mark mentioned, actually came up with this wonderful marketing strategy to get to every homeowner in the city of Pontiac, and that is Sheila Howard.
Thank you so much. This is such a great honor. I've received awards in the past, but I have to say this one means the most to me. Lighthouse Community Development has been a great agency for me to serve at in my 6 months journey as a AmeriCorps member. And I am in very good company with my site supervisor, Greg Stearns, director of our department, Judith Williams-Robertson. Did I get it right? So I am very fortunate to have them, and it has helped me to achieve my my goals, my dreams, and I look farther. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. So thank you very much.
Okay. And that's it for the CEDAM Awards. Thank you very much.
Our next award is the Corey Bear Building Inclusive Communities Award. And Norman Delisle, Executive Director of the Michigan Disability Rights Coalition, will present that award.
Thank you, Jess. I'm pleased to be here to present the annual Corey Bear Award for Building Inclusive Community to the Community Housing Network for their comprehensive, flexible, and responsive support to all the people and communities who are facing the ever-evolving housing crisis in Southeast Michigan. One of the keys to understanding inclusive communities for people with disabilities is to understand that each individual with a disability has their own specific set of strengths and needs, and that a good housing outcome requires that you address those individually, and CHN does that. CHN provides a broad range of supports and services, including the one-stop center itself, supportive housing, affordable housing development, community housing education and advocacy, the homeless management information system, and a variety of property management and assessment services. Every single one of these addresses the issue of individual strength and need, providing support to people in the way in which they need it, when they need it. Corey Bear was an employee of mine for many years and died of cancer a few years ago. And her great love of the housing issue and the importance that she saw in the use of housing as a way to provide genuine community integration and genuine quality of life on behalf of Michigan citizens was one of the most characteristic aspects of her work. Her view of the world was that our individual lives should reflect the best that we can give, and she lived up to that. And that we should expect the best of the world around us. We had a concept inside Michigan Disability Rights Coalition called Corey's World. Basically, it was from a comment that she made when we were in the UP, as a matter of fact, and it wasn't clear to us that one of the members of our group was going to be able to get into a restaurant because it wasn't clear that it was accessible. And she said, it's a restaurant, it must be accessible. And that was the birth of Corey's World, a place in which everyone has a place and in which everyone can find and live the kind of life they want. The Community Housing Network reflects Corey's vision and their mission, their energy, and the outcomes that they produce. I want to congratulate Mark Craig and the Community Housing Network on behalf of Corey, the MDRC community, and the entire community of Michigan citizens with disabilities.
I know, it's not how it looks. First of all, let me say this. This isn't about my work in particular. I want to give credit where credit is due to Deborah Hendren and to all of the other folks that work in our Housing Resource Center for the great work that they do in conjunction with the MDRC and the other advocacy organizations. And second, I've learned a lot over the course of my work at Community Housing Network that all of us are really storefronts for advocacy organizations. These folks are more pure advocates than we are and take strong policy positions when they need to, but we're delighted that our work lines up with their lofty principles and goals. And finally, this award means an awful lot to us because several years ago I had the pleasure of getting to know Corey a little bit and working with her on a couple of things, and she's everything that Norm described and more. So it's truly an honor for us to receive this. Thank you.
At this time, Lisa Chapman from the Corporation of Supportive Housing will be presenting the Julie Sandolph Award.
Good afternoon. The Julie Sandorf Award was established in honor of CSH's founder and first president to recognize tenants whose accomplishments demonstrate the success of the supportive housing model. LaShonda Campbell was born in Benton Harbor, Michigan, where she continues to live and work. She's a mother of 4 children who were taken in 2005. LaShonda says her children are the reason she still stands and prays for the day when they will stand together again as a family. She lost her mom in 2003 and lost her home shortly after that to a fire, staying with family and friends, and at times having no place to rest her head. LaShonda says that through her struggle, God placed some great people in her life. She entered the Emergency Shelter Services Incorporated shelter as a client in 2008 after 2 years of homelessness. She received a 2-year tip-lap voucher and finally had a place to call her own. In the years since, she has worked several jobs simultaneously, her favorite being a shift supervisor at the shelter she once called home. This past fall, LaShonda moved off the tip-lap voucher and is completely self-sufficient. She was recently promoted and now works as a case manager, housing resource assistant. She loves that her job allows her to direct others through her own experiences with homelessness, while also tending to her own personal healing process. LaShonda plans to go back to school to study social work. She describes herself as a strong person, a dreamer, and a faithful believer of God. LaShonda is a writer and hopes to one day author a top-selling novel called Testimony of a Diamond in the Dirt. Corporation for Supportive Housing is pleased to recognize LaShonda Campbell as the 2011 Julie Sandorf Award winner. LaShonda uses her personal story and experiences to motivate others and has made a definite impact. We congratulate LaShonda for her personal accomplishments, her exemplary leadership and mentoring of others who are homeless. And she truly demonstrates the values and advances the goals of supportive housing. LaShonda. So here's your check. I'll be right here with you.
Oh my. I just want to say thank you so much to Supportive Housing and to the Emergency Shelter Services for giving me a second chance and giving me the opportunity to share my struggles with others. My struggles of yesterday did not determine my hopes and dreams of today. Thank you.
Oh, don't forget your check. Oh, no.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Mary Beth Watt from the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indianapolis to present the Community Spirit Award.
Thank you, Jess. I am proud to be here today representing the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indianapolis, building partnerships and serving communities in our 2-state district of Michigan and Indiana. The Federal Home Loan Bank of Indianapolis and its Affordable Housing Advisory Council presents its annual Community Spirit Award to honor an individual from one of its member financial institutions who has shown an outstanding dedication to affordable housing and community economic development. The FHLBI is proud to present this year's award to Charlotte Edwards, Assistant Vice President and Community Development Officer at Citizens Bank in Flint. We received multiple nominations for Charlotte from people who felt privileged to nominate her, as she is a person who embodies community spirit. And I would like to share some other comments with you. With her knowledge and willingness to go the extra mile, we were able to secure AHP funds to leverage additional monies. Charlotte has had an incredible impact on Michigan communities through her work with FHLBI programs. 31